G'day YouTubers, I had a little incident at the ramp that prompted me to share this video as a little bit of a heads up to those who might be less experienced at launching a boat at low tide. When I arrived at the ramp I could see that there was a lot of seaweed on it, and there was more on the left hand side of the ramp than there was on the right. Nevertheless, I still decided I would go down the left hand side because it was dark and I find it much easier for the lighting to see what I'm doing going down the left hand side at night time. So I took the risk with the seaweed and did that. I knew the seaweed was likely to be slippery, so I took it really slowly and I was prepared for any problem that might arise, and of course it did. I was about 3/4 of the way down the ramp, going very slowly, and the car started to slide. I tried a little bit on the brakes just to see if that would do any good, and it didn't. So I gave the throttle a bit of a blip just to spin the wheels. I had it in 4-wheel drive prepared for any problems, and that shot the seaweed out from under the wheels and allowed the brakes to grip. The whole thing probably took less than 2 seconds and I had it back under control, mainly because I was prepared for it and expecting something to happen. But I'm also not one to sit there and wonder what to do. I do something, it might not be the right thing, but it gives me a chance to reconsider and try something else. Tried the brakes first, didn't work. Tried whipping the accelerator to shift the seaweed from under the tyres, then used the brakes, did work, all was good. I just wanted to put this video up to give you a bit of a warning, just to be prepared for these sort of things. You don't even need seaweed on the ramp. I've seen some pretty slippery ramps just from having algae or scum growing on them, and they get really slippery. A bit of mud on them makes them really slippery. In fact, mud and algae on the ramp can be a lot worse to deal with than a bit of seaweed. I can see how these fellas end up in the water if they're just not prepared when things start to go wrong. Hope this helps someone. Until next time, good fishing.